So initially I titled this camera gear as overrated, but that seemed a bit clickbaity, but I didn't want to throw out the script, so I just went with a more innocent title. Before I begin, I want to thank all of the new subs who, for whatever reason, decided to help this channel grow during the past few months in which I basically neglected this channel. So, long time no see. And it's long time no see because I'm a bit busy these days. This summer I became employed, built this little studio, and relaunched my main channel, which now has fewer subs than this channel because many of you are coming here through my Canon 90D videos. And I don't know how I feel about that because I definitely don't want to go down the camera gear rabbit hole, and the title of this video is the reason I fear that rabbit hole. After about a year and a half on YouTube as a creator who initially got inspired by the top vloggers and camera nerds on this platform, I've come to realize that camera gear is a bit overrated. Now, I understand that there's nothing wrong with upgrading your equipment, especially if you're a pro, but assuming most of you who find their way to this channel are hobbyists, I feel I need to make a video reminding people to focus on what matters most. Story. Here's the irony. Story is actually what gives your camera gear most of its value. Sure, there is value in just the feeling of holding a camera in your hands and engaging in the physical act of snapping pictures or shooting a film, but ultimately the subject is what matters. Since I lean more toward video than I do photography, I'll of course approach this topic more from a video-centric point of view. When people ask what camera to use, the cliche response of course is the best camera available, which is actually true, assuming you at least sort of know your way around it. Recall the nearly hour-long film I created about my 2016 trip to Paris. All of that content was shot on an iPhone 6. Even then, most of that content was made up of still images. But the film at least hopefully still had a flow to it, not unlike most videos since I added the story of the trip to it. Telling that story gave those 1100 plus images and video clips their collective value, whereas previously they were pretty much just useless pieces of digital memory sitting on an external hard drive. Let's use movies as a subtler example. I'm sure we've all watched a movie or two that had all of the visual bells and whistles, yet we couldn't ignore the lackluster story. And it's likely we've all watched a movie or two that, for example, had people that looked like this. But we didn't care because we got entrenched in the story. I use Toy Story as an example because it has a unique story. Part of what makes the story successful is that it's about struggles that are unique to toys. Everyone has a story that's unique to them, so if you're struggling to come up with ideas, then just tell your own story.